Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thank you for stopping in. Today, I have another episode of Gear and Gadgets for you, and this one's going to be a little bit different. Over the last couple of months, basically over the last year or so, between the Gear and Gadgets episodes and the EDC updates, we've checked out a lot of gear. And I decided to do a best of series, and it's going to be at least 3 different videos, 3-part series, and this is going to be part 1. I've went through and picked out some of my favorite gear from this year. And I am really excited to start this series. Before we dive into everything, make sure you are subscribed here to the channel. I release daily knife and EDC content just like this. And hit that thumbs up button. That helps push the video out there to more people. And let us know what you're carrying in your pockets today down in the comments. So the first order of business is going to be this Anker Nano Power Bank. It's a 5,000 milliamp hour portable battery charger, and this thing is really cool. Right now it's coming in at $19.99. Typically retails for $29.99. If you can score one of these for under 20 bucks, I think it is a very solid deal. Anker is a phenomenal company, especially when it comes to their battery banks, but they do a great job on their electronics. We have a button here, and that's going to flash our battery indicator there, a 4-dot system. We have a USB-C in and out, so that is a nice touch. And then built-in USB-C charger. So you have an all-in-one package here. 5,000 milliamp hour, it's not a ton, no, but this will give your phone the life it needs to keep going, and this can charge a multitude of other things as well. You know, whether it's I've tried flashlights, different arc lighters, different phones. It does work in different circumstances where the phone has a phone case. It has worked in at least 2 different ones that I have tried it on, and it's just a really convenient piece of gear. I love the Anker Nano Power Bank. I will have links to this down in the description along with everything else you're going to see in the video. Next up, we have one of my favorite pen companies and one of my favorite pens. This is the Bastion bolt action aluminum pen right here, and they make a very high quality pen. Right now, these are coming in right around the $35 mark. There's a $5 coupon, and the fit and finish of these pens is very good for what you are getting. Yes, pens can be very, very expensive. There are more expensive pens than your $3 bag of Bic pens, right? And this is a good way to get started and try out a very well-made pen. You have a nice aluminum body here and a steel pocket clip. The mechanism is going to be steel in there as well. And this is going to take standard refills, G2 refills, I believe. So I think there's a couple of different refills that actually work in the pen, but it's very comfortable. They also make a mini of this pen as well. And they have titanium, zirconium, and a plethora of other materials that they use for their pens. And then they also have slim design pens as well. This would be considered one of their full-size pens, but it is a nice lightweight option and a very clean option. They have several different colors that you can choose from. Next up, we have one of my favorite flashlights of the entire year, and I have checked out a lot of flashlights. Now, on the spec sheet for this flashlight, there's a few downsides to it that you can see on paper, right? But under use, this flashlight has performed very good, and I'm talking about mainly the water rating for the flashlight. It's not the greatest on paper, but in my experience, I've had this EDC 27 UHI from Nightcore with me a couple of different times on bike rides while it's rained, and you know, it rained pretty good. 1 or 2 of the times it was just a normal light rain. Another time it was pretty heavy, and this flashlight still is doing very well. It's just fine. Love the EDC series from Nightcore. The 25 is great. The 27 is great. The 29 is also really good. I'm still on early testing with the 29, but the 25 and 27 I have had weeks and weeks with and use them almost every day for an hour to 2 hours, almost every day. And they are just very intuitive. User interface is very easy. You have a screen here to let you know what lumen you're on, how much battery life is left at that given lumen, which is really impressive. So you have another 50 hours at that 15 lumen right there. So probably close to a full battery maybe, which is, 2 days at that lumen. And then you have instant turbo, watch your eyes, which is a half click on your second button here. Or a full click will be a strobe at 3,100 lumens. Now, the turbo is also 3,100 lumens, and yes, it is very bright. Nightcore, their LEDs are phenomenal. I love the light that they emit from them, right? And I just like these batteries. They are rechargeable, and, some people hate them, some people love them. I am of the opinion that don't make it your only flashlight, but make a rechargeable or two flashlight part of your inventory, right? You want to have one or two that have the ability of the recharging. You want that ability. Don't limit yourself to just one or the other. My recommendation is have a couple different flashlights that are all powered differently. If you want a quick look, here's the EDC 29 as well. And this one could easily be in one of the videos as well. Very similar, but a little bit newer, a little bit more powerful in some ways. And it's a little bit more feature rich with the lockout switch, where this one is a button combination to lock it and unlock it. This one just has a manual switch, which is very nice. It's a little meaner looking, a little bit more industrial-ish looking, right? But I think they both look awesome, and the 25 is great. I'll link all three of them down below. They all have different price points, and the 25 going to be the most inexpensive, but works very well and is an easy recommendation from me. But so is the 27 UHI and the 29. Next up, we got several items to take a look at, and this is one of my favorite categories, just micro EDC items. Items that, it might not make sense to the average person, but to someone like me, someone like us, it makes sense. It's awesome. It's cool. So what we have here is a nice little catalog of micro EDC items, keychain items, if you will. This one is from Titanium. I will have all this stuff linked down below, like I said. This is just kind of a folding, replaceable hawkbill style blade on a double detent system. This is another product from Titanium right here. It is a combination tool, wrench, bottle opener. Very cool, and all made out of titanium. Titanium is, admittedly, I do love titanium. It doesn't have to be titanium for me to get it, but I love gear in titanium. This is the Took titanium and Damascus blade keychain knife. We have milled titanium for our handle material. We have, I believe it's 9CR based Damascus for our blade steel there. Front flipper for deployment along with the button here. And then we have anodized hardware there for the pivot and body screws. And you have this is a designated keychain knife. You have a ring spot there for your keychain. I love that this is not just a small knife. This is a true keychain knife. And then we have a couple of items from Daily Carry Co., which is one of the kings of micro EDC, if you ask me. They have different colored titanium whistles like you see here, and does work very well. Was trying it out in the unboxing. If you're interested in some of this stuff, there are a ton of episodes that contain all the various items we are talking about here today. This is one of their micro titanium toothpicks, and that threads on there very nicely. And as I said, all made out of titanium. This is the mag pick, the small one here, and it's called the mag pick because that is held in there by very strong earth magnets. And that is also going to be a keychain model there. And then this is the large mag pick, and that has an even stronger magnet in there. And this right here is one of the, I think they call this the key pry maybe. This, there it trickled away. This is one of their many pry bars, but this is probably my favorite one, at least so far. It's a very simple, elegant looking pry bar. You have the large pry here with the nail puller, and then you have the bottle opener there and a spot if you want to throw this on a keychain or something, but it's a decent enough size that you can actually get a little something on it. Now, could you pry a door open with it or something like that? No, you couldn't, but you could get some leverage on this and get a little something done. But yeah, that is really cool. They also make little pry bars all the way down to this side for a true, there's a fuzzy, for a true key ring pry. This is also from Daily Carry Co. So they have a lot of really cool stuff, and just, you know, like I said, it might not make sense to the average person, but this definitely makes sense to me. The next thing I want to mention just briefly, we already talked about the little brother. This is a middle brother. This is the Anchor 10,000 right here. And there are two different versions. There's one that has an in and out capability and one that only has an out capability. So that is something you want to keep in mind. You have to pay a little bit more in order to get both. This is the one that's only set up for just out. So that is okay, but I will be getting a couple more that have the in and out capability. But if you can score one of these for 20 or under, there are times throughout the year you can find them for 17, 15, and maybe around the holidays even cheaper. But I have about 4 of these Anchor 10,000s, and I highly recommend having several, one for each adult, for each vehicle, and a couple extra in the house, fully charged and ready to go. You never know when you might lose power or something happens and you only have these to rely on. For under 20 bucks, having some extra peace of mind is a great idea, and sticking with a company like Anchor to get these items, I think, is imperative, because you go out and try to get a good deal on something like this and you end up paying for it several times, and you might as well, because they're junk, and you might as well just spend the extra couple bucks, just get the single battery bank, because there's a lot of 2 for 25 or 2 for 30. Just get the 1 for 20, and you're going to get a battery bank that is twice that of some of these off-brand companies. And because this is a knife channel, we might as well at least do one knife in this video. This is the Tenable and Midgard's Messer collab. This is the Bombar, and this is a affordable version of a Midgard's, which is a beast of a folder, as you can see here. This is no small folding knife. We have a huge slab of D2 with a stonewash finish. You have this nice drop point blade. You have a cutout here for deployment. You can use this as a front flipper, and I say you can. I don't know if it's designed so you can do that, but it does work. I think mainly the cutout there is going to be deployment. You have a chamfer on your liner with good access. We have a full-length backspacer, and the way that's designed, it meets up there and makes this extremely comfortable in hand. And then we have a milled-out titanium clip here with a very unique look and design. There's about that much poking out of your pocket. But if you like large folders and a good deal, this might really pique your interest. I'll have links to this down in the description. And I believe I have a coupon code for Tenable's website as well. All this stuff will be linked down in the description. Let me know what was your favorite piece of gear from this video. I love hearing from you guys. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. That helps push this video out there to more people. If you're new here to the channel, I release daily knife and EDC content just like this. Make sure you are subscribed here to the channel and ring that bell. That'll notify you anytime I release any new content. I will put up a couple of new videos here, and here. Go check one of them out. Have yourself an awesome day. Thank you all again for watching. I will catch you on the next one.